Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be modding my server case, and if you've been following me you might have already seen or heard about it, especially on social media, Instagram and Twitter. You should go follow me. If you've been following me over there then you might have seen it already or know about it. But yeah, this is the case I have. It's a Dell PowerEdge case, but it doesn't really fit my needs at the moment, so I'm going to be modding it, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So first off, I did a lot of work off camera already, but I basically stripped the case down to what it is now, just the bare bones, literally just the case. And this has like a weird layout, so the motherboard would normally go here, and then underneath this there is a literally like the whole bottom of the case beneath this is where two power supplies would go, but this is not normal power. This is custom Dell power supply, so I couldn't use it. And yeah, I actually took this panel off. I cut it out off camera, so literally we just have the front part where the fans go and the hard drives, and then it's literally like the empty chassis all the way to the back, and that's where we're going to begin our modding today. So to start off, as you can see from this picture, this is the view from the back, but this doesn't fit any normal motherboard, so I had to mod it. So yeah, I also have this secondary donor case that I'll be using the back of the case for it. So it has the motherboard, the IO shield cutout, as well as all the PCIe slots there. I also have this piece of sheet metal just for any other parts that I might need to custom make. As you can see, it fits in nicely, but I still have to do some cuts. It also comes with this motherboard back plane, which the motherboard screws onto, but rip, because I accidentally broke that bit further on. I anyway needed to mod it because it wasn't long enough for the motherboard. So the first thing I started cutting was the bracket for the power. After that was removed, I made the cutout in the server case. So the next thing I needed to do is make the bracket for the power supply. I decided to make my own one. It would just easier, and I can situate it perfectly where I want it or where I need it to be. So as you just can see here, just made a few cutouts and made it so that it actually slots around the IO shield cutout, so I can have more secure mounting points and make this thing a little bit better, as you can see from this view as well. And there I actually have the power supply cutout already cut out and the power supply put in, but I made some calculation errors and it actually too high, so the top two screws at the top of the case, I can't actually screw that in, but I'll fix that in part 2 of this video. And yeah, next thing was I needed to cut away all the extra material from the power supply bracket, because as you can see from this one, it sticks out above the case and I can't have that because then the lid can't close. Right, I just cut it out, but I left an extra tab. That is not a mistake. That's actually, I'm going to bend that because I need some mounting towards the top of the case as well, so it's nice and steady in there. This is after the bracket is bent, as you can see there. It is perfectly now bent at the top of the case, so I can make the mounting holes for that. I started with the other side first, with the PCIe expansion slots and the IO shield side. As you can see there's two tabs that I left and drilled holes through, and that actually lines up with 3 holes in the top of the case that is threaded, so I can actually use screws to secure it. I also made this extra tab here at the on the back side, the bottom in the center, so I can have nice triangulation and have nice 30 points. I also made another point towards the right middle side of the bracket, so there's another mounting point there, and then I built the 2 holes for the power supply. I also made a hole at the side, so it's not like front to back loose in that way, so it can't move around. Here is everything installed with the screws actually, so if you look towards the bottom middle, there's a screw that I put in, and to the right middle there's another screw that's visible from this view. And moving on, this is just the view from the inside. If you look closer, you can actually see there's 2 screws installed. I still need to install the other 3. And that brings me to the next step, which is making a new motherboard tray back panel piece, which actually used that sheet metal to do this. The first thing I did is I choose a corner piece which already had 2 of the 2 sides bent, so I can just cut that to the correct height, because the motherboard the tray needs to be 11 millimeters from the bottom of the case. And there's a very slight line here, which you can see, that's actually where the motherboard will lie. This is how it will actually be fitted into the case. So the next step is obviously marking out all the mounting points, drilling the holes and inserting the standoffs. That was quite straightforward, and all the screws lined up perfectly. There's just one that was a little bit skew, but I was able to just bend it a little bit to get the screw in. So this is actually exactly the spot that the motherboard will be in. And then I just made, to secure that piece, I made 3 holes on the side of the case, and in this view you can see the motherboard and the power supply is installed with all the screws, also with the back 2 panels is also installed now. And this is how it looks from the back, and this is as far as I'm going for today. If you want to see the second part, definitely subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of that video. And also go check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I post some behind the scenes shots there if you want to stay up to date and see some behind the scenes stuff. And also if you want to donate to the channel, on the channel page there's a donation link that you can go there, and as well as the Twitter and Instagram links are also there. So thank you for watching guys, and until next time.